it's a parade of stars here from the Lone Star Conference. And we are now, let's go out to the Concho Valley, although Concho Valley's coming here, with the star linebacker for those Angelo State Rams is Josh Quinton. Josh, good to see you, man.
Good. How are you?
I'm doing great. How are things in beautiful San Angelo, Texas?
Oh, man, they're awesome. I can't wait to get back there.
You guys, we've been talking about how everyone here kind of had a different year in 2020. There were some people who played in the fall, some people who played in the spring, some people didn't play at all. You guys kept the more normal schedule. How do you feel like that maybe benefited you in the program?
I think we got a lot of experience for younger guys, like experience for myself. I think that's going to, we don't have to do a quick turnaround like some of those teams in the spring. So injuries shouldn't be a big problem coming into this next season.
How do you think it went up there when you were getting grilled by Erin Hardigan?
She was awesome. She made me feel comfortable, made everybody feel comfortable, and it was quick, smooth.
Oh, okay. We'll cut that out because I don't want her to hear that.
Okay.
Okay. Now, the Lone Star Conference, I think, I brought this up to a couple of coaches and players, but the Lone Star Conference can be a bit of a pointsy conference. It can be a bit offensive-minded, but you are a guy, obviously, on the defensive side who, has helped to make Angelo State a defense worth talking about and put them on the map. Do you play with an extra chip on your shoulder, knowing that all of us in the leering press are paying attention to the Nick Gerbers of the world and the quarterbacks and the receivers and the running backs? Does that put an extra chip on your shoulder, playing defense in this conference?
Well, you mentioned Nick. Nick's kind of around from where I'm from.
Yeah.
I played him in middle school, and I played him for a long time. So, yeah, I keep up with him in the off season. So it's awesome to compete with good offenses like WT, Commerce, all the LSE is filled with a lot of offensive talent. And, yeah, I mean, you have to come ready every single week or you can get beat by anybody. I mean, in 2019, we had a really good season, and Eastern came up, and beat us. So you got to be ready every single week or you'll get exposed.
How do you think you've grown as a player since you've arrived there at Angelo? I'll tell you, I remember seeing you in high school. I will tell you are bigger now physically than you were when you were at Cooper.
Yeah.
But how do you think you've grown as a player?
Man, it's more the mental part of the game. I understand worlds more than I knew then. I wasn't very smart back then. I just thought, go tackle the guy, but it's a lot more than that. So, yeah, I'd say my mental part of the game has really, really grown.
You guys are picked second in the Lone Star Conference by us in the Leering Press. Do you pay any attention to that at all? Or?
Zero attention.
Okay.
We're looking at Lindenwood September 2nd on a Thursday. That's what we're looking at. We don't really care about preseason polls or anything like that. We're just looking at our first opponent.
Well, that hurts. I mean, I'm not going. Hurts. We're doing this. No, I'm kidding. No, I think that's right. And you mentioned the balance in this conference that everyone, even teams that maybe had a rough go, and let's go back to the last normal year in 2019, they're capable of doing that. And so, how, from your perspective, now as a veteran on this program or in this program, how important is it for you to keep the younger guys focused, especially when you're playing teams that, let's be frank, you guys are going to be favored against? How important is it for you to take that role?
I think this last fall was a great example of that. We'd already beaten WT once, and they came back, and we went up on them in the second game pretty early. And, I feel like we kind of let off the gas, and I think that was a good learning curve for us to get. We wouldn't have had it if we didn't play. So I feel like that's why this last season was real beneficial for us. For those younger guys or even guys like myself, not to take anyone for granted and to, always play to the last whistle blows.
Finally, we mentioned earlier you're a Lubbock Cooper guy. You're out of the 806.
Yes, very proud Lubbock Cooper guy.
Right, and that brings me to my question, which is Lubbock Cooper has very quickly become known as a defensive juggernaut.
Right.
You guys put out more big-time defenders than it feels like any other program, west of 35, basically. Is there just like a Cooper defensive mafia? Or are you guys just like all talking? Because they got some dudes this year too.
Yes. Oh yeah. Kobe McKenzie. You got Kyler Jordan. Those guys are a whole lot better football players than I was or any of my friends were back then. But no, it's just there's a culture over there. Just a tough guy, hard-working culture over there, and that kind of goes with defense. And, Coach Darden has those guys coached up. It's not only on the defensive side, the offensive side over there is pretty good too as well. So, yeah, I'd just say it's the culture. They start you young. You start watching your older brother and everything like that, from a young age. So then, and you set me up for this, but
So you know Nick Gerber, the quarterback at West Texas.
Yes.
Let's just say that you guys get together, and let's just say you were to happen to sack him.
Okay.
Is there going to be some chirping going on?
You'll see when we play him. How about that?
That's a smart man. Josh Quinton, linebacker from Angelo State. Josh, appreciate your time, man. Can't wait to see you guys do in the fall.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it.
There he goes. Josh Quinton, linebacker for the Angelo State Rams, joining us here at Lone Star Conference Media Day here in McKinney, here on Texas Football Today.
Thanks so much for watching that video. If you would like more and to be notified when they come out, go ahead and click that subscribe button right down there. You can also watch Texas Football Today every day live at noon on TexasFootball.com, Facebook, Twitch, and right here on YouTube. For more of the best coverage of Texas football in the Lone Star State, go to TexasFootball.com/subscribe.